Hi friends, today we are going to know about Tuesday Love Song Rampa, You Forever, from the You Forever book. So many lessons. Lesson number one, what is life? Before we attempt to understand the nature of the ourself or deal with any occult matter, we must be sure that first we comprehend the nature of man. In this course, we shall use the term man to indicate man and woman. Let us at the outset state of definitely that woman is at least the equal of man in all matters relating to the occult and extrasensory perceptions. Women, in fact, often has a brighter aura and a greater capacity for appreciation of the various facets of metaphysics. Now, what is life? Actually, everything that exists is life. Even a creature which we normally term dead is alive. The normal form of its life may have ceased as it would have done for us to term it dead. But with the cessation of that life, a fresh form of life took over. The process of dissolution creates life of its own. Everything that is vibrates. Everything consists of molecules in constant motion. We will use molecules instead of atoms, neutrons, protons, etc. Because this is a course on metaphysics, not a course of chemistry or physics. We are trying to paint a general picture rather than go into microscopic detail on irrelevant matters. Perhaps we should say a few words about molecules and atoms first in order to appease the pursuers who otherwise would write in and give us knowledgeable which we already possess. Molecules are small, very small, but they can be seen by the use of the electron microscope and by those who are trained in metaphysical arts. According to the dictionary, a molecule is the smallest portion of a substance capable of independent existence while retaining the properties of that substance. Small through molecules area, they are composed of even smaller particles known as atoms. An atom is like a miniature solar system. The nucleus of the atom represents the sun in our own solar system. Around this sun rotate electrons in much the same way as our solar system planets revolve around our sun. As in the solar system, the atom units is mostly empty space. Here in figure 1 is how the carbon atom, the brick of our own universe, appears when greatly magnified. Figure 2 shows our solar system. Every substance has a different number of electrons around its nucleus sun. Uranium, for example, has 92 electrons. Carbon has only 6. Two close to the nucleus and 4 orbiting at a greater distance. But we are going to forget about atoms and refer only to molecules. Man is a mass of rapidly rotating molecules. Man appears to be solid. It is not easy to push a finger through flesh and bone. Yet this solidity is an illusion forced upon us because we too are mankind. Consider a creature of infinity, smallness, who can stand at a distance from a human body and look at it. The creature would see whirling suns, spiral nebulae, and streams akin to the Milky Way. In the soft parts of the body, the flesh, the molecules would be vividly dispersed. In hard substances, the bones, the molecules would be dense, bunched together and giving the appearance of a great cluster of stars. Imagine yourself standing on the top of a mountain on some clear night. You are alone, far from the light of any city, which reflecting into the night sky causes refraction from suspended moisture drops and makes the heavens appear dim. You are on your own mountain top. Above you, the stars shine clear and brilliant. You gaze at them as they wheel in endless array before your wondering eyes. Great galaxies stretch before you. Clusters of stars adorn the blackness of the night sky across the heavens. The band known as the Milky Way appears as a vast and smoky trail. Stars, worlds, planets, molecules. So do the microscopic creatures see you. The stars in the heavens have appeared as a point of light with the incredible spaces between them, billions, trillions of stars there are. Yet compared to the great empty space, they see few indeed. Given a spaceship, one could move between stars without touching any. Supposing you could close up the space between the stars, the molecules, what would you say? That a microscopic creature who is viewing you from afar, is he it wondering that also we know that all those molecules which the creature sees as what then is the final shape of the star formation in the heavens. Each man is a universe in which planets, molecules spin around central sun. Every rock, twig, or drop of water is composed of molecules in constant, unending motion. Man is composed of molecules in motion. That motion generates a form of electricity, which uniting the electricity delivered by the over self gives sentient life. Around the poles of the earth, magnets, storms, flare and glow, giving rise to the aurora boreal, which all its colored lights. Around all planets and molecules, magnetic radiations interplay and interact with other radiations emanating from nearby. world and molecules. No man is a world unto himself. No world or molecules can exist without other worlds or molecules. Every creature, world or molecule depends upon the existence of other creatures, worlds or molecules that its own existence may continue. It must also be appreciated that molecule groups are of different densities. They are, in fact, like clusters of stars swinging in space. In some parts of the universe, there are areas populated by very few stars or planets or worlds, whichever you like to call them, but elsewhere there is a considerable density of planets, as for example in the Milky Way. In much the same manner, rock can represent a very dense constellation or galaxy. Air is much more thinly populated by molecules. Air, in fact, goes through us and actually passes through the capillaries of our lungs and into our bloodstream. Beyond air, there is space where there are clusters of hydrogen molecules widely dispersed. Space is not emptiness as people use it to imagine, but is a collection of wildly oscillating hydrogen molecules. And of course, the stars and planets and worlds formed from the hydrogen molecules. It is clear that if one has a substantial collection of molecule groups, then it is quite difficult matter for any other creature to pass through the groups. But so-called ghosts, which has its molecules widely spaced, can easily pass through a brick wall. Think of brick wall as it is a collection of molecules, something like a cloud of dust is suspension in the air. Improbable through it may seem there is space between every molecules, just as there is space between different stars. And if some other creatures were small enough, or if their molecules were dispensed enough, then they could pass between the molecules of, say, a brick wall without touching any. This enables us to appreciate how a ghost can appear within a closed room and how it can walk through a seemingly solid wall. Everything is relative. A wall which is solid to you may not be solid to a ghost or a creature from the astral, but we shall deal with such things later. Thank you up to now. Tomorrow we are going to learn about the second lesson, human body and collection of molecules. Thank you.